Epcot is an amazing and amazingly crowded park. It's definitely one you don't want to miss out on your Disney trip. But what if you struggle with your anxiety, or you get overstimulated easily, or frankly, just don't like people that much? Well, this video is full of tips and tricks for how you can manage your mental health around Epcot. And just so you know, this video was filmed across like 4 different trips of mine, so you're gonna see a lot of wardrobe changes, and I still didn't record all the places that I can find. So I'm gonna do that in the future, so a part 2 will be coming. So like, subscribe, and share, and watch this video. So this is going to be a surprising tip of where we can go for a little time away from the crowd, because it is right by Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which is a very busy area. If you walk down this little pathway right here, right in front of the ship, you find the sitting area. There's benches, there's plenty of walls, and it's not super crowded. It is a place where when I come with my mom and my sister, we will wait when the other one rides, because my mom does not ride Guardians of the Galaxy. If you are new around here, my mom is fully disabled and in a wheelchair, and she is not able to transfer. So she doesn't ride rides like this. And my sister and I will sit in this little area and wait for each other to go on and off the ride. So this is a perfect spot to wait for people while they're riding Guardians, if that's not a ride that you want to ride, are going to ride, are tall enough to ride, whatever the situation is, or to just get a break from the crowd and the heat, because it's pretty shaded back here too. There's also a Joffrey's not far from here, and it's close to the Starbucks too, but as we know, being from New Jersey, I can get Starbucks whenever I want. I can't get Joffrey's. So you get some Joffrey's and you sit in the little area and you take that break from the crowd, do some deep breathing, do some grounding techniques, whatever we need to do to help our mental health and have an excellent park day. Our next spot is right in front of Communicore Hall. There's this sitting area that they added not too long ago that is a great place for a little break. Now, later in the day, because it is still early, when it is more lunchtime and people are eating more, this can get a little bit more crowded, but it is still a spot that not as many people stop at. And you get the views of her, and she's the prettiest girl at the party. When we talk about mental health management within a theme park, a lot of times it can also mean rides, like one of my favorite, Spaceship Earth. It is a slow-moving dark ride through the Epcot icon, where you get taken through the history of communication. It's calm, it's cool, it's interesting, it's educational, and you get Yellow Tights Girl, one of the best animatronics that exists. The Land Pavilion offers so many different mental health boosts and some hidden quiet spots. Our next hidden nook is in the Land Pavilion. So you go past Seasons, past Living with the Land. You have some hidden tables back here. Most people don't even realize that these tables are here. Throughout the course of the day, they will close off this area. They will rope it off. But during like the heart of the day, when it's busiest, these tables are open and literally no one's here. Everybody always stops in the middle and sits down. But if you come off to the side over by Living with the Land, you are going to find the perfect sitting area with not many people. Living with the Land is one of the most iconic and best rides in all of Walt Disney Worlds. This slow-moving boat ride through the greenhouses of Epcot is incredible for your mental health. It is calm, it is educational, it is something that takes a while and gives you the chance to just relax. One of my absolute favorite spots in all of Epcot is the gardens in the United Kingdom. A lot of times during the day, this is so quiet and so peaceful, and you just can sit here and people watch, have a snack, have a drink, whatever you want. This also does get noisy though, so that is something to keep in mind, because as you can see, there is a stage right there. Throughout the day, there will be bands that come out and play. So when the bands are out, this is loud back here and it's crowded. But when it's not a time that one of the bands are playing, it is a very peaceful spot to take a break. Right now with Festival of the Holidays, I don't know if the bands are coming out because Father Christmas comes out throughout the day. But again, that is a time that it would get a little more crowded. He's over in that corner back there when he comes out. We're gonna try to catch him a little bit later, but for now, it is nice and quiet back here because he's not out. There's no band. It's pretty early in the day still, and it is one of my favorite spots in all of Epcot is sitting back here. So we will see. And if you want to see more on Father Christmas and Festival of the Holidays, check out that video. Taking a break during a busy Epcot day and taking a boat over to the Epcot Resort area is one of my favorite things to do. This is my favorite resort area. I love it so much, and I love having the boat access. And I am a personal fan of the swan and dolphin, if you don't know what swallowfin means. It is so easy to hop on the friendship boat and go get lunch at one of the resorts or walk around for that break from the crowd. This is one of those spots that you would think would be more crowded than it is. The walkway by International Gateway has a bunch of benches, and a lot of times they're completely free. People are literally just walking. So you need a little break, a breather, whatever, you come sit down by International Gateway. So anxiety in Epcot in the France Pavilion. It's hard here. This pavilion's always super crowded. It's always super congested. There's not much space to move around. Right now I found like a little bit of an emptiness here, right in front of the Beauty and the Beast sing-along Impressions of France Theater. But for the most part, this pavilion always is super crowded. As you can see, if we go this way, it's got one of the most popular rides. It's got the best food. So finding spots here, it's often hard. Right now, if you're in between shows of the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, this planter right in front of it, nice and quiet. For the most part, this is gonna be a harder place for you if you get anxious in a lot of people. This is one of my favorite spots, not just in Epcot, but in all of Disney, to come take a break. The Fez House in the Morocco Pavilion is an absolutely beautiful, spacious spot that gives you a break away from the crowds. You have benches to sit on, you have the water, which is a soothing sound. Because one of the things we want to remember a lot of times when we're talking anxiety management is engage all your senses. Engage sight and sound and touch and taste and smell. Because doing that can ground you and help regulate you a little bit better. Now, Fez House is traditionally exactly like this, incredibly empty. But we're gonna shoot to Colleen from a few months ago when she was here on a Saturday during Food and Wine. Usually the Fez House is empty. Today when I'm here, it's not. I guess everyone found their spot. Usually it's empty, and this is the perfect place to just relax, get away from the crowd, unwind. It is very crowded in here today though. So it is not the best place because I usually like the quiet here. It kind of takes care of any overstimulation that I'm experiencing. But with how loud everybody's being in here today, not the best spot. But usually check out the Fez House for a little break from everyone. We found a spot. So on a busy weekend day here at Epcot, because it is Sunday when I'm here, if you keep walking back, go back by the Florida Blue Lounge where the Marrakesh used to be, it is quiet back here. We found a spot to help when we are overstimulated. So you come here and you're able to just relax, get a few minutes, and then hit the parks back. So there you have it. All of these tips are not 100% foolproof, but they are good tips to know. And if one of these spots is crowded when you get there, go to a different one. There's always a spot where you can relax and get away from the crowd or the heat, if that's what you're watching this video for, is tips on the heat. You are able to do the Disney parks and manage your mental health at the exact same time. So one hidden area in the Japan Pavilion that I don't think is talked about enough is the exhibit about kawaii culture outside of This statue's incredible. Look at, she's literally made of toys. That's so cool. But I absolutely love this exhibit, and I think it's overlooked. It's also a really great place to just kind of come and be alone for a few minutes. Like literally, I'm the only person in here. And there's a bench, there's all the stuff you can learn. But definitely if you're in the Japan Pavilion, stop into the Kawaii Culture exhibit. It's so cool in here. The vibes in the back of the Japan Pavilion are a mood boost all by themselves. I absolutely love it back here. The German pavilion tends to be a quieter pavilion because there's not actually much back here. So you're able to go take a little break and sit on the fountain that you saw or wander around the stores here without too much of a crowd. It's always interesting to check out each different country and what they have to offer us. In the German pavilion, you're going to get it a lot of times without a lot of crowds. So this is a great place to stop in, and you can check out some cuckoo clocks that they have, which I always think is so fun. One of my favorite little hidden spots is back of the China Pavilion. You will find an exhibit for Shanghai Disney. You get to learn all about the park, and it is always virtually empty in here. So come in here, learn about Shanghai Disney, and get a break from the crowds, the heat, anything that is overstimulating you on your Disney park day. Norway is one of those pavilions where it's going to be very hard to find a quiet spot because of two very popular sisters. So this is a pavilion where it's definitely worth stopping in. Stave Church can be a little quiet, but it can be crowded because it is small. That gives you a history of Norse mythology, but in general, Norway is a very cramped pavilion, and it doesn't help that a chunk of it is closed off right now for refurbishment. So Norway, keep in mind, always going to be a little bit busier. So maybe take a break before we get to Norway so that we can have that time to reset ourselves before we head into one of the busier areas of the park. The other most crowded pavilion is right next door to Norway. It is Mexico, and everybody is always here because of margaritas. That's it, margaritas. Grand Fiesta Tour is yet another relaxing, soothing boat ride. And this one's even more fun because you get the 3 caballeros. One of the best hidden spots and hidden bathrooms is behind Journey into the Imagination with Figment. You walk straight down the side of it. You can come back here. There's benches. There's always very few people. And a perfectly clean bathroom that is never busy. Keep that secret to us, anxiety people, so that we have a bathroom that is not overwhelming with no lines, because we need that. But yeah, just walk down the pathway right here. Journey to Imagination. Come back here. You got benches, you got a bathroom, you got everything you need. In the end, 1000%, there are ways to manage your mental health around Epcot. It is my favorite park. It always has been. And I am somebody who has anxiety, specifically anxiety and getting overwhelmed by a lot of people. So you would think places like this are difficult for me, and at times they are. But knowing where to go helps so much. And I have to point out, the part being filmed here in the office, Camp Half-Blood, because we need grace. Bring me grace to Epcot. Bring me grace. Thank you. That is always going to be my pitch in an Epcot video. But if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Go watch my video about managing your mental health in Magic Kingdom, and I hope you find your magical balance.